set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's the newest member of the 15,000-yard club. It's Frank Gore. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Check 15, check 15.
Throwing on second down, Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's Bridgewater. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Well, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin there as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Get it, baby.
On second down and 4, Mariota. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Mariota. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. A first down throw for Mariota. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. But it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Mariota. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. David Njoku. Graham Gano on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown from Minnesota. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Bridgewater to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Throw complete there. Rodgers. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Following the penalty, it's Gore. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels. First down, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And the pressure gets to him again. I'm I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run on second down with Adams. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Terry McLaurin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. On the completion, Frank Gore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10 is Connor. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Allison, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gore. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up for the offense. Certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They start on the ground with Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. Well, how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. To throw is Mariota. It's complete to Fuller. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To the air again, Mariota. That's complete to Gallman. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Here's Mariota. And it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
First down run for Connor, not going to get much. Maybe a yard. Second down. So we have reached halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had to have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cassius Marsh able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mariota, and he finds McLaurin. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Terry McLaurin, 81 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On second down now, it's Connor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Cameron Hayward make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for a loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him to the second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
21 yards there on third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Check 26, check 26. 49.
Play fake. Mariota. He'll buy some time right. Slings this deep from... This is intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Bridgewater. And he's got Rodgers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run forward with counter. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down. At the same time,
and for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
Third and long for Bridgewater. Got a man, that's Allison. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a fourth down.
A 46-yard attempt.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Terry McLaurin. His third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check tight.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Hey, switch gears.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up. Three.
Touchdown, Vikings. Marcus Mariota, 37 yards. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Minnesota defense, we watch them get set to roll. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here?
They don't want it. Keep playing.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Bridgewater now. That's caught by Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. First down, Bridgewater. And an alley to run. And now he'll tuck it and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Finally a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In on the second. The former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Kill, kill, kill. Kill. One.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
First play of the drive, a 1st down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
This one complete to Scott Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Mariota. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings.
Exactly. They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Following the interception here, Mariota. And this will be caught at the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they